Now let's shift our focus to the war in Ukraine. Russian forces have captured a city in eastern Ukraine, and this is a very significant capture. It leads them to a major war objective, the coal mining city of Pokrovsk that powers Ukraine's steel manufacturing industry. Russia wants to cripple it, and that is why it is targeting Pokrovsk. Obviously, Ukraine's Western backers are worried about all of this. They've given Kiev weapons, but also imposed restrictions. Now they're talking about lifting some of those restrictions so that Zelensky can use their weapons to attack Russia and not just defend Ukraine. He's been waiting for the go-ahead for a long time, but he may have to wait a bit longer because Russia just sent another warning to the West. Moscow's entire nuclear triad took part in a drill, simulating a massive nuclear response. Here's our report.
I greet everyone. We are the 30th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade and the battalion doctor of the 6th Company. We have taken the town of Selydove. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Hurrah! Hurrah!
The Russian Defense Ministry released this footage yesterday. It shows their forces celebrating the capture of Selydove. Selydove is a small city in eastern Ukraine. Russia has been trying to capture it for the past few weeks. This is a major blow to Ukraine, because Selydove will likely be used as a staging area for Russia's next battle, the battle for Pokrovsk. The city is crucial for Ukraine's steel industry. A coal mine lies about 10 kilometers west of Pokrovsk. It is Ukraine's only domestic source of coking coal, which is needed to make steel. If the mine falls, Ukraine's domestic steel production may fall to below half the current level, so it would be a setback to Kyiv. That is why Russia is after Pokrovsk. Ukraine is desperately seeking a way to turn the tide. For months now, Ukraine's president, Vladimir Zelensky, has been asking the West for more tactical freedom. Ukraine has Western weapons, but it isn't allowed to use them to strike deep into Russian territory. Russia's president, Vladimir Putin, considers this a red line. He says that Ukraine will need Western help to strike deep into his territory. Putin says this would mean that the West is directly getting involved in the war, and that would justify Russia's use of nuclear weapons. Russia has made nuclear threats before, but it has never acted on them. So maybe the West thought it was a bluff. The US recently said it would not impose any new limits on the use of American weapons. Their justification was that Russia was escalating the war by bringing in North Korean troops. The West says that thousands of North Korean troops are already in Russia. They are reportedly making their way to the front line. The West wants to use this as an excuse to loosen the reins and let Ukraine fire missiles deep into Russian territory. This would be a direct challenge to the Russian president. To show that he means business, Putin did this.
Good afternoon. Today we are conducting another exercise of strategic deterrence forces. We will work out the actions of officials in controlling the use of nuclear weapons with practical launches of ballistic and cruise missiles.
The Russian forces have sprung into action. Moscow launched a nuclear-capable RS-24 Yars missile from the ground. The missile was fired from Russia's northwest. It crossed the entire Russian mainland, and it struck a testing range in Russia's far east. It was a message. It shows that the missile can easily reach the US mainland. Russia also fired the R-29 RMU Sineva nuclear-capable missile from submarines in the Barents Sea. To top it off, Moscow showcased its Tu-95MS strategic missile carriers. So Russia's entire nuclear triad was on display. It was a clear warning to the West. But will Ukraine's allies heed this warning? Or will they give in to Zelensky's increasing desperation?